Hello friends, Heidi here from Rain Country. God is good all the time. And I'm here for part 6, can you believe it, of the Prepper's Purse / Go Bag video series that I have out. So if you missed the other 5 parts, then go into the description box down below, hit show more, and you will find a link to the playlist with all the videos in there so that you can get caught up if you want to see what we got going on. Okay, and before I get started on, I'm going to be moving on to the actual go bag today for real, but there's some things I want to cover before I move on to that. And one is a couple of people in the chat video we did, which is turning out to be a series on what are you going to do when they come knocking, which I will also link to down below. A lot of people mentioned this book here. And I decided to get the little golden book one. I think this is the one I had growing up. And if you have children or grandchildren, this is one I highly recommend you get, because if you've never read this story or heard of it, you need to get it. If you have, then I hope this is a reminder, like it was to me, to get this book, because it's just got a really good lesson in here. And I won't go into detail on that if you've never heard it before, but anyway, I made it a point. I went ahead and bought it new through Amazon, because actually buying it used through Amazon was more expensive with the shipping and all that. So I got a better deal. And I'll go ahead and link to this one below if you're interested. And there's a couple other books that I would like to get that I think would be good at teaching children community preparedness and all that kind of stuff. The first thing I got to do is if you watched my last video in this series, plus the video I did recently about making some herbal remedies for going in the bags. I haven't put them in the bags yet. I do have them made up, and another video that I will also link down below. And so I have 3 different types here. I have one for pain. I have one for stomach problems, you know, digestive issues and stuff like that, whatever it may be. And then I also have one for wound care. And so I'm going to make sure in my purse, I'm going to have one of each of these. Now this is the one I made with the honey, so it's actually ready to go as is instead of just being dried herbs. I can open this up and put it right on a wound. It's already ready to go as an ointment. And so these are all going to be truly natural, mostly homegrown herbs is what I've got in these. So I've got this pocket right here. This little jeans pocket on the inside that I'm going to put those in. That's also where I keep my colloidal silver eye drops. So I'll have a set of those in my purse, and then I'm going to make sure that I have another set of each of those in this bag as well. So that one I'm going to see if I have any room left in this little tiny first aid bag that I've got here. So now I don't have to depend, if we really need something for pain, I won't have to depend on the ibuprofen that I keep in here. And if I need a cream, I won't have to depend on the Neosporin. And so those will go in there. That will keep them pretty safe. And if you're interested in more that I've got here or in either of these 2 purses, then again, go check out the rest of the videos in this series. And then the rest of these, which should be about 2 of each, are going to go into this bag right here. Now, I'm not going to put those in there yet. I'm going to go over the big pouch in probably the next video, or the big pocket. And this is also where I keep my first aid kit, so we'll go over that in the next video. But I want to talk about what's currently in these 2 pouches. Now, they both have a lot of room still in them, and things keep changing as we go through the years with our go bags and even my purses. And so that's why I always like to go through, and this is wise for everyone to do at least once a year, kind of go through your stuff, reevaluate what you have, get rid of what you don't need, and so on and so forth. And so I think some things that used to be in here have since been taken out, but I'll go ahead and show you what we have, what I have in here. Right now there's just a few things. So I actually have a full roll of electrical tape. Electrical tape is a great thing, you know, kind of like duct tape. You know, electrical tape is my other big one I like to have on hand, because it has other purposes that work better than duct tape, plus it's narrower. And I like the fact that I can get it in this little container here. So I have a whole roll. Some of you know about the stuff I have, the tape that I have in my purse. And again, I'm not going to give away the secret on that. You can check out that video, but that's a way that you can carry it on a much smaller scale. But again, each bag goes up in size and quantity of the types of things they have in it, because it's all depending on the situation. I have a lanyard that can be used for just about anything. I have a little trap. So this would be an animal trap. So this is, again, we're talking about, real serious situation. You're stuck out in the middle of the woods or something. And so this is a way you can catch something to eat. That's just one way. That's one of the things. And then the other thing I have in this pouch, again, I think there's some stuff missing from here, is yet another knife that I forgot I had, because this came in a kit somebody gave us. It's not just a knife though, it's just a little mini tool kit. It's got a flat screwdriver. I think it's got a Phillips on this side, and it's a snap-on one. Like I said, it came with a kit that was part of a gift to us. And so, it was small, so I just threw that in there, even though I have a whole bunch of other knives and multi-tools. Then in this bottom pouch, one of the other things that we have is we have a military, because we both have one of these, we have the military grade compass right here. I think we bought these on Amazon. And so if you're interested in that, I'll link to that below. Again, something that will be good to have on hand, a real compass, not the cheesy ones that they put on some of your other prepping items that just seem like, oh, this is really cool. And usually they're kind of cheesy. You want something that's a little heavier duty that's actually going to work. And then of course it comes in a nice little pouch, so that keeps it protected as well. And let's see. Oh, look, another knife. Gosh, I didn't know that was in there. But I wanted to talk about some of the other things here. And that is a flashlight. We have two kinds of lights. I have a regular flashlight like this, and then we have the headlamp flashlight. And these are in plastic. This is in a plastic bag just to help keep it a little bit more protected from moisture and stuff. I am going to go ahead and pull something out of the big pouch here that I'm going to put in this other pouch, because I think it should go with it. Okay, it took me a while to dig down and find it, but yeah, this is something I believe should go with the animal trap that I have in here, and that is a little mini fishing kit. So this is kind of an interesting doohickey right here. I forget the name of it, but it's a type of fishing reel. Just a small little thing. And the way you hook it up, and then it automatically, you can have it just set up like hung from a tree. And then when it feels any pull on it, it automatically reels in. So it's kind of a cool little device to have. So we got a few of these, and we each have one in our bags. And we actually gave each of our kids one too. And then you can see here, just a little fishing kit with your various hooks and whatnot in there. Okay, so there's that. And so anyway, that's what that is, and that's why I wanted to show you that too, because that should go right with the trap that I had. Now, I find it highly unlikely that we'll ever need this emergency fishing kit or the trap, but I do like the idea of having it, because you just never know. Let's say even though anytime we go anywhere, we're in our rigs, I do like knowing that this stuff is on hand if the rig breaks down somewhere, because sometimes we do have to go out in the woods to get our firewood. But what if our vehicle breaks down or something like that happens while we're out there? Then we know that we have ways to have water, food, and even make shelter with things that we have already in the rig with us if we can't get back to town, or if we even have to hoof it back to town, which is going to be quite a ways away because we have to go out to the woods to get the firewood. And so while I'm at it, even though I'm not going to go over the items in the main pocket today, that will be the next video, I do want to talk about the bag itself a little bit. And that is, I've got pouches on each side, these little mesh pouches, and each one has a stainless steel water bottle in it. I know it looks kind of beat up. If you get the painted ones, the paint scrapes off. So don't even bother getting the color ones. Just get the solid stainless steel. And then on the inside, so we have water in this. This is our own filtered rainwater. Plus, I always add a little bit of colloidal silver, like maybe about a quarter cup to each one of these, because that's going to do a few things. That's going to keep the water fresh, and I tell you, it works. We've had these bottles sitting in a hot car, for over a year, and pulled it out. And when we were on the road and realized we forgot to bring something else to drink, pull out the water bottles that we always keep in our bags, and it tastes just as fresh and clean as it did the day that we put it in there. But also with the colloidal silver in there, that's also going to give it more antibacterial properties if you need to use it to wash out a wound. So then before applying the wound care cream that I showed you that I have in there. I have one on each side, and then Patrick's bag is built is the same exact bag. Some of the items he has in his bag are a little bit different, while a lot of the items are the same in case we get separated. So he also has a compass, he also has the fishing kit and the trap and knives and flashlights of various kinds. One of the things that made this particular bag the deciding factor for us as we were shopping for bags. I mean, obviously it's going to be entirely up to you and what's going to suit your needs, but besides from having lots of pockets, which I love, but it has these padded things right here so that when you put this on, these actually sit on your hips, and thus putting a lot of the weight of the pack so that not all of it is going on your shoulders. It actually sits on your hips, so that's going to disperse the weight a lot more, making the bag a lot easier to carry if the need arises and you have to actually grab this bag and go. I think especially if you're a woman, I highly recommend, if you're going to look for a go bag of any kind or bug out bag, whatever you want to call it, then I recommend something like this so that you can disperse the weight, because sometimes the stuff in here can get pretty heavy. But as far as the weight and all that goes in a real hard situation, sometimes there's choices that you're going to have to make too, depending on the distance that you're going to have to haul this stuff. And I'm going to talk about that in the next video, because there's some items in here that are going to be really nice to have on hand, but in a real serious situation, if this just gets too heavy, those are going to be items that are going to get tossed or left behind. All right, so that's it for video number 6. There's for sure going to be a number 7 and possibly more depending on what kind of ideas I get. So please put your comments down below of things that you like to carry and why, and especially if it's something you feel is a little bit unique to you. That might be something that I myself, or maybe other people that read through the comments, may want to incorporate in their own bags. And so go ahead and put those out there, and if I do decide to use that, I will talk about that in a future video, whether it be the next one or maybe one's coming after that, because there's already been one idea that someone threw out there that actually was an idea that I had years ago, but I kept forgetting to get to. And I discussed that in I think it was in video number 4 that I talked about that one. So anyway, you may still have some ideas that I might go, hey, I like that better than what I'm doing, or I need to add that too. Go ahead and throw those down below so we can all read and we can all learn from each other and get some great ideas, and then tailor our bags to suit us and our own personal needs, the needs of our family. And where you live is also going to factor into what you're going to want to keep in your various bags. Okay, well, I hope you're enjoying this series, and again, don't forget to comment down below and watch for future videos coming out. Oh, and don't forget to check out the videos I'll be linking down below as well. All right, thanks for watching. Take care, and God bless.